Good evening. In a world that gives 7 seconds for first impressions and 3/5 of a second before impressing the threat of stereotypes on black people, when we attempt to express ourselves, there is power in an introduction. My oratorical mentor, Dr. Frederick Douglass Haynes III, says a text without context is merely a pretext for conning people. Introductions provide the context needed to appreciate the beauty in the struggle and the ugliness and the success of somebody's story. Because after all, it is a blessing to be stressed over blessings when you're turning dreams into a reality. For the last 4 years, my beautiful, bold, and black story has been blessed to grace so many stages. And I've stepped on stage after stage and introduced myself the same way as I was today. Murdoch is a purpose-driven, action-oriented servant leader and proud product of Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm a Juris Doctorate candidate at the I.M. McKinney School of Law and a small business owner. And ultimately, I'm in the business of becoming the greatest powerpreneur Indianapolis has ever seen. Y'all, that introduction catalyzed the creation of relationships that will become powerful partnerships and creative collaborations that will ultimately make an incredible impact. And I choose to believe it was that impact which held me accountable to seeing this journey through so I can now speak to you. Y'all, what are the implications of your introduction? What do they catalyze? What do they create? They say it's not how you start, but rather how you finish. Yet, there's nothing like a strong start when you're running life's marathon with the weight of generational trauma around your neck, your wrists, and your ankles. The theme of tonight's ceremony is fulfilling our wildest dreams. And I've been dreaming about this moment since I saw Christian Davenport grace this podium with a Kodak bop in 2018. And then Jamal Abdul Rashid eloquently intertwined his story with some timely lessons just 2 years later. This moment is a dream of mine. And in the same spirit that Mahalia changed the course of black history when she told Martin, tell him about the dream, Murdoch is going to add an element to his story and tell his dream tonight. But in order to address the greatness in a dream, we must first address the gravity of a nightmare. You see, nightmares by definition are nothing more than bad dreams. This means that dreams and nightmares are both dreams, but more likely than not, what is a dream for one is a nightmare for another. You see, can anybody relate to that? Can any of the students relate to that? If you can, I'll speak for myself, because my hustle is inspired by a dream to empower our people to awaken from the American nightmare. You see, for some opportunities like this, in a school like this is bringing dreams to life. But for others, they turn nightmares into realities. From late nights in the library studying subjects that leave you subjected to syndromes and threats of being unqualified and invalidated, to balancing the burden of carrying on in class with a straight face while in the face of police brutality, even as you're being policed as you study in that same library for that exact same class. Can anybody relate to me? It's hard to talk about fulfilling our wildest dreams without acknowledging that there is no church in the wild of the American nightmare. But I used to pray for times like this. Yes, times like this. So I had to grind like this so I could shine like this. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? And y'all know what else? I saw my dreams unfold and nightmares come true. When it was time to marry the game of brains and gains, I said, yeah, I do. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Because if you want it, you got to see it with a clear-eyed view. Got a God who's always got me. To him, I say thank you. Y'all, we do not have to fear the dreams of those who want to see us drown because of the power in our introduction. And when you're looking to fight back against the fear of this life's nightmares, just go back to your introduction. I'm a 25-year-old black man from the east side of Indianapolis who was graduating from law school. I used to introduce myself as a Juris Doctorate candidate. That's love. I appreciate you. I'm just trying to get through my time. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? I used to introduce myself as a Juris Doctorate candidate, but no longer will I introduce myself as a candidate, but rather as a graduate. a lawyer, because I have the power to change my introduction. I used to introduce myself as a small business owner, but never again will I introduce myself as a small business owner, because as of today, I am the newest, the youngest, and the blackest lecturer of entrepreneurship and innovation at the #1 business school in the Midwest, the Lacey School of Business at Butler University. They told me 4 years ago that my businesses were not worth building. They told me 4 years ago that I wouldn't make it to graduation. They told me 4 years ago I wasn't going to pass the bar. And I believed them. I believed them. But today, I stand before you sharing, declaring, and swearing on the beautiful boldness of sweet baby black Jesus, that instead of passing the bar, I raised the bar. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? And I deny the power of imposter syndrome, because the only imposter is the syndrome. You have the power of an introduction. I'm bringing it home. I'm landing the plane. The theme of today's ceremony is fulfilling our wildest dreams. You want to fulfill your wildest dreams? Add the Y in front of our dreams so that our dreams become yours. Whether the world sees you as a young thug or a gunner with no roses, because even YSL has a story to tell. We all deserve to be free to fulfill our wildest dreams. We are nothing but black roses rising from this cracked up concrete. This is not the end, graduates. This is the beginning, a new introduction. And I dare you, with the force of our ancestors behind me, to reintroduce yourselves with the beauty and boldness that is essential to your blackness. Because loving yourself is a revolutionary action, and we are worth the revolution. God is great. Thank you. I appreciate you.